Alright, welcome everybody. This is MoonTimeDweller. We are coming back to the ManaTraders Series. Legacy is the format. Going to be playing the Merfolk Legacy combo with Paradigm Shift and Thassa's Oracle. Also just an aggro shell on top of it. This video is brought to you by One Lion CBD and ManaTraders.com. My promo code is moon_6R4. You get 20% off for your first 3 months of your subscription. And I believe we have got the match lined up right now. Alright, hey everybody. Let's see if everything is working well here. Yep. Okay. Doing a little bit better here now. I'm still waiting on the tower for my new computer, but I have gotten a screen, or have I gotten both? Yeah, I got both screens now, and I'm only using one extra one now on the laptop, and it seems to be working pretty well. Okay, so of course I want to go first. Not the best hand. I tell you, with this aggro deck, and with the Oracle combo coming out, the one card that I cut, and I guess a lot of other people cut, was Silvergill Adept. And I really miss it. Because this would be great in this hand if I had one instead of the image. And maybe I could just take out the images. I have kind of gone all in on that. I think I'm going to go down to 6 and get a little greedy there. Not much better. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna complain about it the whole time. I think I'm just gonna ship. Well, I guess I can ship the Mutavault. That'll be fine, because most likely I'll get another land, and hopefully it'll be an island or a cavern, and hopefully it'll be next turn. Now, maybe, you know, in the original modern days, a lot of people would like to play Mutavault on turn 1 in that situation, and they would play, you know, Aether Vial if they had it, and if I had it, I would have done it too, probably, just out of pure habit, just to maybe, even if you don't get anything the next turn, then you can guarantee, you know, attacking with Mutavault on turn 2. I'm not usually a huge fan of that approach, but it probably would have worked out better in this specific match and game right here, with how I just drew the third Lord and no land. Yeah, that's a little frustrating, but that's okay. Alright. Bringing the Misty down on me for a Taiga. So I guess this is Rug Delver, maybe? Really could be anything with how people buy the fetches, and they have so many other different decks at any given time. You know, not everybody uses ManaTraders. They should, but they don't. Oh, there goes Mutavault. That's a problem. Oh, wow. I mean, I have a Lord to spare here. I don't want to see a lot of lands in this, and that would get it out. That would be out of control pretty quickly. Wasteland will hit Mutavault most likely. Yeah. Okay, so they have 6 cards in hand. I have 3. And we each only have 1 land. They're pretty far ahead right now. Now they're even further ahead. Gosh, 4 Lords and 8 cards. I mean, normally I wouldn't be complaining about that, but this game, got a gripe or two. Oh, man. There's a port. Alright, so now I'm down to 0 lands. Well, this is going to be troublesome. Alright, well, let's just hope I can get another land, and, I mean, yeah, they can't get another port and another land if they, I don't know. I don't know what they can do these days. I haven't been keeping up with Magic so much in the past year. I mean, I've been playing Magic Online, but, you know, I'm being sick, man. You just don't keep up with everything that's going on. I did have a good time playing with against, what was it, Hogak, I think it was, in Modern when it first came out last summer. That was fun. Merfolk actually had a pretty decent match against it, surprisingly. Island? Okay, that'll work. I mean, it is turn 5, but, you know, doesn't seem like they're getting too much going on either. I think with their engine is Life from the Loam, in my opinion. That's really when they start taking off. Alright, so their turn. I mean, I guess they can get what? I mean, it'll be 4 lands, and they're going to need to keep 2 up for the port on one of my lands. So I don't really see them playing much of anything, even if they do play a land. Maybe like well, I don't know, Scavenging Ooze wouldn't be it, but maybe Life from the Loam. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little burpy. Just had supper downstairs. Alright. Sylvan Library for 2. That's pretty rough. So that's going to let them pick whatever they want off the top of their library and pay life for it. And they can still port my land here. That's troublesome. Alright. Go to 1 here, and either Curse Catcher or land would help, I guess. Okay, well. Doesn't seem to be wanting to go in my favor. And honestly, like I said, Silvergale Adept wouldn't really be a huge difference if I did have one of those in my hand, or maybe even 2. I might have been able to get away with playing 1 so far, so I might have 1 extra card in my hand. And that might make the difference. You might have that extra land in your, in play, and then therefore, you get the Vial earlier, and it is kind of a chain reaction when it comes down to that. Yeah, Sylvan Library kind of takes time online because you don't want to misclick. I play with it on with EDH, and you don't want to misclick. I always make sure I right click on the cards and click whether or not I want to pay the life or put it back on top of the library, because in years past I've just clicked the card with the left click, and it'll just automatically make you pay 4 life. I've done it both real quickly before in a rush and just lost 8 life, bang, like just gone. So Thespian Stage, so it's definitely lands combo. Yeah, I'm pretty much done for here. I mean, they might be able to oh, okay, well, I guess they're not gonna play crop rotation now. I thought they were gonna do that. There's an island. I mean, I don't really have anything to play. I'm just gonna Vial a Lord in at the end of their turn and do it again, and hope that they don't dig through their deck enough to find exactly what they need, which I mean is almost a certainty if they don't already have it. I mean, this deck, I mean, this card is fantastic. The art, maybe I'm just kind of partial to the original arts, even though you don't really know what it is. And this one actually looks a little more practical as far as what it is. But I'm still kind of a sucker for original art. But the original art with this was so much better. I mean, but it was iconic. I mean, I can't say, because this is good. I think it's very nice, and it fits. I guess kind of a newer storyline with whatever this thing is in the background. It's got to be something that has to do with Rishton, but it wasn't a part of the original one. I remember that the original one was almost cartoony looking, and it's iconic. I love that art. And if anybody can ever find a foil of it, oh wow, that thing! I couldn't even tell you how much it's worth, but very valuable because it is a beautiful card. Alright, there you go. That's the combo right there. So, I mean, I only have 2 Brazen Borrowers in the main deck and some images. So, we'll have to see if I can land them. To tell you the truth, I think... Well, if I do land Oracle here, yeah, because if I just draw Paradigm Shift outright, then I can win, right? No, because they're gonna port all my stuff anyway. So, let's see. I don't think I can really win here at all. Because they'd be able to tap down the 2 lands and you know, if yeah. So I'll just get a land, and so I'll have 2 lands and Vial, and yeah, that's just game. Okay, we'll just move on to game 2. Because after sideboard, I've got 5 direct answers to Dark Depths token, the Avatar token, and 4 images, which is pretty good, I think. And then Spreading Seas actually helps too. I forgot about that. I don't know if Chalice would be very good, and Relic actually would be pretty good here too. I have used Leyline on the Void against him before. So, let's see here. I think Dismembers can go. I think I can probably cut the combo out. And make it more of an aggro deck. Because this way, I mean, I'm bringing in a lot of answers for the token here. And I'm only bringing in 2 extra creatures. So, let's see. Yeah, see, I've only got 1 extra spot here, so I think just another force would be fine. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have Chalice on 1. I think the other Force of Negation would be good to get rid of Life from the Loam. Wow, this is a pretty heavy sideboard, but I think it's doable, and it's worth it. I mean, while the combo is really the way to win with this deck, but you know, that's why you should have a backup win condition, and mine is just the aggro shell. Other people like to go with wizards, and I don't know, there are probably other different versions of it, but yeah, and some people like to use more of a tempo Merfolk approach, you know, with Vendilion clicks and more Mara Regeries and things like that. And I think even people have been trying to play Bant with it and play with that Mariner and like Kamena Speaker and the other guy. What is that? The Merfolk Mistbinder or something like that. Alright. I think this is a pretty solid hand. I like this. I mean, the relics, you know, the relics are used also for, you know, keeping your own graveyard clean so you can get the combo out faster, but I think it's still worth it to do what I'm doing here. And what I mean by that, I kind of got lost in what I was talking about by removing the combo, I meant. Yeah, folks, don't forget to follow me on YouTube and Twitter at MoonTimeDweller. If you'd like to see some more videos and some of my other videos from before in 2018 when I started doing this. got a pretty decent spread of different decks when I was playing then, and had to quit for a little bit because I got sick. But now I'm back. All right, so I missed countering that first one because I was talking and not really paying attention. But I think I'm gonna counter this one, right? Should I? Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of the image here. Maybe I should have gotten rid of Lord and been able to copy the token. Yeah. If I lose this, I deserve it. It's okay. You know, I'm really just trying to have fun here, and if I don't qualify for the Swiss and ManaTraders Series, I'm fine with that. I'll just move right along and keep playing other matches and have some fun. All right. I'm just gonna bring 2 at them, and they've only got 4 cards in their hand, so I mean, granted, I've only got 3, but you know, having 4 cards hopefully means they won't have too much good stuff in their hand. Let's see here. Whoa. Wow. This thing is really running hot sometimes, I tell you. Cannot wait to get this new one in. This is going to be wild. I haven't had a new computer in 10 years, much less a desktop. I don't think I've had a desktop since the 90s. This thing is literally 4 times as powerful as my laptop is. I think this has 4 gigs of memory, and this one has 16. It's just, I hope I'm going to be able to harness all that power. I mean, this is this is going to be wild. I might have to have some very fine, nice people that are watching me, spending their quality time watching my videos, possibly help me out in learning how to use that tower and utilize it best. Oh, Lord, here we go. Punishing fire or something? Oh, you're popping the vial? Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. What's going on here? Put them away. Alright. And then they can wasteland my thing next turn. Yuck. It's even worse. Okay. So I'm just going to have to go with this. Oh, well, it did destroy their exploration. I forgot about that. That's actually pretty nice. And there's really no reason to hold off on doing the relic unless, I don't know, there's really no reason to do that because they still get to pick 1 card, and it would probably be the blast zone. Well, actually, it would probably be the exploration because they wouldn't be able to get that back from the grave. They can do that with Life from the Loam with the blast zone and you know, pop the relic if they need. But with only 4 cards in their hand, again, they're a little bit behind right now. And just a little bit. I mean, they could get ahead by just hitting a punishing fire on my creature and you know. Well, I don't know if they'd be able to get it back. Have they played a land yet? No, they haven't played a land yet this turn. So they might be able to get it back if they have another red land. I mean, they're moving pretty slowly, so they're thinking. At least I got them thinking. I'm okay with that. There's the punishing fire I was talking about. Okay. And they pop the Mutavault. Okay. So I'm gonna pretty much have to pop the relic so I can get rid of this punishing fire, because then they only have 2 cards in their hand after that, and you know, if they can't get that back, then they'll be in a considerable amount of trouble. That's a Brazen Borrower. That's a great card to draw against this deck. Okay. Well, that'll work for right now. So I got 2 lards and a brazen bar in hand. This is the 7th edition one, isn't it? Ugh, that's such a wonky art. Life from the Loam. Life from the Loam. Well, just go for Lord here. And just hope that they don't have much else to do here. Alright, see now that's where they just, yuck, that is amazing. Alright, so they're just going to cast Life from the Loam here, and I'm going to want to hold them off, I guess. I mean, I could just let them play the combo and get their token, and I'll just bounce it. I mean, I don't think they can get it all out right now because they just got 3 lands back in their hands. So they only have 1 other card that I don't know about. So it's going to take them a turn to get this token out. There's a cavern. Alright. Get another folk out. Should I? I mean, do it matter? I don't think it really matters too much because, I mean, they can get the combo out and get their token out next turn, but they can't attack with it. And I don't think there's really too much I really care about countering at this point. Because I know they're really just going for the token. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess if they have crop rotation, they can win. Right? Probably. Alright, so they make Thespian Stage into Grove of the Burn Willows. Okay. Somehow they're going to get the... I mean, I know they're going to go for the token. Okay, so they got back the Life from the Loam and got rid of a Wasteland, Crop Rotation, and Mox Diamond. Oh yeah, they get milled off the top of their library, I think. Yeah, it goes right into the graveyard so they can get the card back. The Life from the Loam back. Yeah, I mean, I'm really just hoping to get a blue card in my next draw, if I get a next draw. I'd imagine this Cavern of Souls is DOA. Well, it's not DOA anymore, but Dead on Sight, DOS. Or just D. Just dead. Just dead. Maybe not. We'll see. Dark Depths. Here we go. So, Combo City coming right up. And I'm just hoping that they don't have, you know, Veil of Summer or something in their hand. And I guess if they do, I can counter it with the Force. But who knows? Okay. Life from the Loam. Get all your stuff back. Great. So you can do it again after I bounce your token. Fantastic. Alright, hopefully I just draw another answer. Oh, wow. How lucky is that? But they're going to keep being able to do this over and over. So really, it's just going to be a matter of how many answers can I draw and hold them off and get 6 through each turn. So really, I don't care what they're playing here. I mean, because they're going to dredge and get life from the loam back, and then, well, I guess are they? I don't know. They may not. I think they should. They don't really have any lands in the grave, but that's why it's dredge 3. I mean, you could possibly get 3 lands in your grave. That's what they did the first time. That was sick. Alright. Well, I'm pretty surprised that this thing is still sticking around, but I guess they don't really care too much about it. Let's see. I mean, that was pretty incredibly lucky to get the second Brazen Bar right there. Because if they go for it and get the combo out again, I can just bounce it and hit them again. Aw, boo! That card is so BS. I can't get around this. In Burn, you can get around it. You can skull crack them. But damn. Well, I mean, there ain't really much I can do about that. I mean, that's frustrating. Okay. I mean, I'd have to get the relic and play it and have them get to a point where they have to sack it. Huh. Yeah, I mean, this just does nothing. Glacial Chasm, man. God. Card is brutal. Yeah, so I mean, it does get around it, I guess. Don't they have to pay 2 life each? Yeah, okay. So then they have to pay 4 life next turn in order to keep it out, and then so on and so forth. But if only you said target permanent and were just an outright boomerang, I would pay double blue for that. I would absolutely pay double blue for you to be a boomerang with a fairy attached to it. But, nope. You're not. Too bad. I don't think you can do it to anything. I don't think Venser can do it either. I think it says creature or permanent. Actually, yeah, I guess Venser can do it. Okay. Yeah, that's that's just beyond frustrating, because now they can just copy the Glacial Chasm and sack it and not gain any, not have to lose any life and yada yada yada. That's what I was talking about, having to get Relic out, and then I could use Relic once they sacrifice the original one and, exile it from the game, but that's not going to work until I get that Relic. Yeah, I played in a GP against this deck in Richmond one time, and it was probably about 2.5 years ago. Man, it took almost a whole hour because they kept, and I was playing with Burn, and they just kept sacrificing this and copying it every turn. I mean, it took like 30 turns, it felt like, and I didn't bring Skullcracks that match and that day, I don't think. And if I did, I only had 1 or 2. And Sulfuric Vortex doesn't get around it because it doesn't say non-preventing. It just says people can't gain life. So, yeah, troublesome. And see, now this is how they can just get around all of that. And I wish I could just find a way to get a relic and, you know, make it happen, Captain. This is one reason why I like Leyline of the Void. The other reason is Storm. Leyline of the Void would be really helpful in this matchup. You know, it would have gotten rid of all those lands, and Life from the Loam would have been useless, and it just, yeah. I probably will go back to Leyline of the Void. I saw some people talking about Relic in the Merfolk Discord, and it intrigued me to see if I could fast track the combo and, you know, make it even more of an all-in type of deck. But I couldn't justify main deck in the relics. It was too much, taking out too much of what I wanted to play with. And, you know, maybe that's not the right decision. Maybe I'm not making the right decisions, and images are not a good choice anymore. They were for a little while. I 4-1 several leagues when I first picked this deck up a few months ago. And yeah, Glacial Chasm again. Oh, they just copy that, yeah, and get their token. Okay. So, did they just do that? Yeah, I guess because they can Life from the Loam, the Glacial Chasm, and play it again. I don't know. Well, they can't really do that, can they? Because I can force that. Right on. I'm pretty surprised they did that. That seemed like almost certain game end. Well then. Alright, let's see. Does this do that? Okay, so Venser actually does bounce Glacial Chasm back to their hand. Huh. I do kind of want to find a way to get the combo back in. So maybe I can just cut the images and bring in the oracles and cut Curse Catchers and bring in Paradigm Shifts. That's fine with me, I think. I'm gonna go for it. I mean, I think I could have won that game a lot faster, that game, if I had the combo in the deck. So I might have made a pretty grave mistake by taking the combo out there. But the only way to learn is to live, really. Shoot. That was a great opportunity to say to live and let. But no. I'm not that original. Or that clever. At least originally. Huh? Alright. Well, I mean, I got a Brazen Borrower, and I'm okay. I mean, you know, this is where one of the hands, it's a good hand. It's not anything that I'm going to want to write home about, but I also don't want to take the risk of going down to 6 and looking at a brand new hand and having to pick a card to discard, and, you know, it's difficult to do all that. So did they mold to 6? Yeah, they mold to 6. And so they played a diamond, and they're picking something to discard. Thespian Stage goes to the grave. Alright. It seems like I'm getting a little bit better at talking and playing at the same time, because my clock is pretty far ahead of the opponent. Okay, so Exploration. They got 3 cards in hand. Wasteland. And no other lands. Okay. Luckily, I don't have any non-basics right now. And I guess they can target their themselves if I spreading seas it while it's untapped. Yeah, I wish I could spreading seas that. Turn an artifact into a land. That would be pretty sweet. Oh yeah, that would be pretty sweet for them too. So we're gonna go ahead and say negative on that. Ghost Rider. Okay. I think I kind of want to spreading seas that draw card land. What is it? Nurturing Peatland. Hey, there's another token answer. Spreading seas I don't really use very often, but it seems to be pretty good in Legacy. It's better than a lot of people give it credit for. I mean, it's a staple in the modern deck, obviously. But boy, it catches people off guard in Legacy because they're not expecting it. You know, a lot of people don't agree with playing with it. They don't see a use for it because, like, you know, 60 to 75% of any given Legacy match is two blue decks going against each other that have basic islands just in their deck outright. So I can see why people are against it, but, you know, in some of the worst matchups for Merfolk, like elves and mono white life gain and you know, lands and I mean, I can't think of all of them right now, but, you know, all of the worst matches usually can be changed by a spreading seas play. So I should have probably gone up to 3 on the vial. I guess I wasn't really thinking too much. Did I don't know. Turn 3, did I play a vial on turn 1? I can't remember. Okay. So they copied the sacrifice land. Interesting. So, seeing as how it's still nurturing peatland, it doesn't copy it as an island. It gets to copy itself because it's still named a nurturing peatland. It's just a that's cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to 3 on the vial because I've got 2 answers for I don't know if they get a token out real quickly somehow. I'm just gonna beat him in the face with True Name Nemesis and just hope that works. Okay, so really I'm just kind of in a holding pattern. I just drop True Name at the end of their turn, next turn, and through the vial and hold up my mana for a possible answer that I might need. I don't even really care about playing this cavern right now because it's just going to be wastelanded. And I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, because I mean, they're most likely going to do it here, right? No, they'll draw a card with that. Okay, interesting. But they've only got 2 cards in their hand, so they're definitely struggling right now. That Sylvan Library was kind of backbreaking. If they had gotten that out, they would be in a lot better shape right now. Okay. Grove of the Burn Willows. Alright, hoping they don't have a Punishing Fire. Because that will be troublesome. It may not, you know, end the game, but it would be troublesome for sure. I'm going to keep it at 3. I could go to 4 for the Venser, but I don't think I'm too worried about that. They're down to almost 5 minutes, so they're going to be, well, not really in a hurry, but they're pretty far behind in time. I don't know about in the cards, because, you know, this deck can come back pretty quickly. Abrupt Decay on the Vial. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use it then. Bring out the other true name. Just hope you don't play Plague Engineer or something. Who knows? I'm not really sure if this deck has Plague Engineer. I mean, they could play it, yeah, because they have Diamond out, yeah. That's a Lord. Do I care about doing all that? I mean, because they don't even have either part of the combo, so I don't know. I don't want to be too greedy. That's being a little too greedy, I think. Because, you know, 12-year-old me, I would have slammed that Lord faster than you could have said 2 goats with cheese. What? I mean, 2 shakes of a lamb tail, right? Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. It's like you Americans say, spaghetti and meatball. I feel like I'm walking into a trap, but I'm not really sure. Okay, port my land. Hopefully get another replacement. Okay, well, that's fine. Bring them down to 5. And just hope for the best here, because they only have 2 cards in hand. Alright, that's the end of this match. Thank you for joining me, folks. This match has been brought to you by ManaTraders.com and OneLionCBD.com. One Lion has a lot of great CBD products for you. They got a salve. I use that rubbed on my feet for my neuropathy from chemo. They've got smokable product. They have a sparkling water. They have gum. All kinds of great things. And ManaTraders.com is my promo code is Moon_6R4, and you get 20% off for your first 3 months of your subscription. Thank you, folks, for joining me again. This has been MoonTimeDweller in the ManaTraders Series. Legacy Merfolk finally get another win. See ya round the bend.